That's a pretty good view of the marine layer hanging out over the Golden Gate Bridge. Here it is on the virtual map. You can see there's a blanket of gray out here. And behind me, there is a lot of lightning in the Sierra once again today. These two things are typical for this time of year. Basically, we are returning now to just kind of regular, average, mid to late August programming after the brief spike in heat that we had for the end of this last week. And even yesterday, we still had heat advisories on Saturday for parts of the Bay. That's done, and now we're just going to watch like an absolutely normal week. Those thunderstorms in the Sierra, that should be going on. That's the summer monsoon finally showed up over there. And when we look at the marine layer here, well, this is just going to ebb and flow now for the next couple of days. Look at the forecast for Monday morning. We're going to wake up on Monday. It'll be a lot like today, in fact, where we're going to have widespread gray for just about everybody in the morning, and then it'll take its sweet time to melt back. And I think tomorrow it may not even clear the city entirely. Not as much as it did today. And today you still had patches of it. But when we get to 2 o'clock tomorrow, we've still got this little ribbon out here hanging out over the city and trying to stream in across the bay and get over towards the East Bay. This tells us that the marine layer is pretty healthy right now. And it's going to be a dominating factor for our forecast. And that means we're pretty much going to be doing average things. That's good, because you don't want to be getting any warmer than average this time of year. But even at that, if you are average, go ahead and pick out your part of the bay. That means you are back into the mid and upper 80s for our warmest inland East Bay community. San Jose, you're going to 80. We'll be sitting at 79 at Fremont. North Bay numbers have Santa Rosa going to 80. Petaluma will top out at 80, and there's Novato hitting 93 for the daytime high. That's going to pretty much then repeat itself for much of the rest of this 7-day forecast. So let's start out by taking a look at our warmer inland microclimate first. And there might even be a little bit of a bump in temperatures as we get towards next weekend. So here's the next couple of days, no change. Marine layer mornings, sunshine in the afternoon, and then there is a sign of perhaps a little bit of a warm up by the time we get towards next weekend, low to mid 90s. Not as bad as we just were, but it's going to be warmer than most of the week will be. So just a slight nudge upward for the weekend. It's going to be about 5 to 7 degrees above average by the time we get to next week. And that's where things stand now. If you're working on those weekend plans, looking ahead towards next weekend, stay on top of the forecast with us. We'll be able to refine that as we get closer to it. Doesn't look like crazy heat, but it will certainly be a somewhat more noticeably warmer weekend than the week you're about to have. That's where the forecast ends for now.